Chapter 2. My Search for a Place for Mother. After the remarkable reunion, I continued to process my feelings about the condition in which I had found my mother. She said she used to walk outside a lot, but not so much anymore for fear of being harmed. Therefore, my desire to provide for her became even stronger. You see, ever since I was a little girl, I had always dreamed of finding my mother and taking care of her. Before reuniting with her, as soon as I knew we had located her, I began to think about moving her from where she was to where we were. Especially after the boarding home office manager, April, had warned us before the reunion that we were not going to be happy when we saw her living conditions. My mother was in her 80s and had not received any family support for many years. Therefore, I assumed she should be more than ready to come and be with us and allow us to take care of her. So I began discussing with April the type of facility I should be looking for in Kansas City that would meet her needs before we even saw our mother for the first time after so many years. She explained to me that Geneva resided in an assisted living facility in which they cook, clean, wash clothes, and manage medication for the residents. She had said that if I found a similar place in Kansas City, it would be seamless to transfer her from their facility to the new one. She told me to be sure to search for places that would accept my mother's source of income. Yes, April had given me all the information I needed to begin searching for assisted living for my mother before we even reunited with her. After the reunion, I continued reviewing the benefits and amenities of numerous facilities. One of the first things I learned was that there's a difference between assisted living centers and nursing homes. Assisted living centers cater to people who are able to take care of themselves, but who may need some assistance with daily living. Nursing homes cater to people who are not able to care for themselves, who need a higher level of care. The assisted living facility where we found our mother is also known as a boarding home. One of the requirements for her to stay there was that she must attend the center daily from early morning until late afternoon. The center is a mental health treatment center. All of the boarding home residents, including Geneva, receive transportation to and from there in a large blue bus every weekday. The work of the center includes evaluating mental health patients, setting behavior goals, creating treatment plans, and providing therapeutic activities. While there, Mother participates with group counseling, games, and trips to the park. She also receives lunch and a snack and learns life skills. In my search for an assisted living facility for her, a nurse told me that since she has a serious mental illness, she would also be eligible to live in a nursing home. However, my mother is very independent, and when I visited nursing homes, the patients were severely handicapped, and my mother is too independent to fit in with that environment. I ended up settling for 2 assisted living centers from which to choose. However, I was leaning more towards one in particular. The first facility was located 17 minutes away from my home and was set up like a large newer home. I liked that it was new and clean and that no more than 12 residents could live there at one time. An added plus to that was that all the rooms were located on one level. This would be ideal for my mother because she wouldn't have to climb stairs and strain her pained hip even more. As it happened, luck was on my side and they actually had 2 openings. My mother would enjoy 24-hour care, her own private room, and a private bathroom. She would also have meals prepared for her and someone to administer her medication daily. She could check out and go wherever she pleased. My first thought was that I could take her to places or even bring her to my home for visits if she wanted. The second facility was located 25 minutes from my home and was an older building. It was very nice and clean, with a 40 residents limit. They actually had a couple of vacancies on the first floor. This facility had the same benefits as the other one, and then some more. In addition to caretakers, it had a round-the-clock nurse, security, and a doctor who visits on site. My mother would have a psychiatrist who actually comes to her on location to monitor her mental illness and medications. She would even receive treatment and physical therapy for her hip right there on site. The second facility also featured a chapel for Sunday morning worship, so my mother could attend if she wanted. There was a beauty salon, so she could have her hair washed and styled regularly. In addition, a full-service nursing home was attached to the assisted living home. Therefore, if my mother ever became unable to care for herself, she could move directly over to the nursing home without us having to find a new place for her to live. After visiting both places, I liked the second one best. I requested a packet of information to share with my brothers with hopes of having an opportunity to share it with my mother during my second trip. That way she would see for herself how much we wanted her and that we would do anything to have her in our lives once again.
If you enjoyed this story, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.